Well done.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show.
Guys on the Truth Podcast.
Yeah.
About to show you more.
We about to show you more.
T-Fees and Benita T.
Yeah.
You know we about to get
We
busy.
about to get busy.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show. Yeah.
Welcome to the Guys on the Truth Podcast. I am T Feezy,
And I am Benita T.
and this is episode 12.
Episode 12.
We're back.
Back at it.
Yes, we are.
And before we get started, hit the like, comment, and subscribe. And we got some new information about our giveaway.
And if you're listening to the sound of my voice, I am demanding you to subscribe. Demanding you.
Yeah.
I will come through those speakers and strangle you if you don't.
Okay. So the new giveaway is now going to be one person that's going to win, and they're going to win the whole enchilada. So $250.
Cash out.
Cash App, Venmo. You know, everybody don't have Cash App. Venmo, gift card, whatever you choose. Yeah, so it's gonna be one winner, $250. We're gonna randomly choose a winner, but you have to be
Subscribe.
to our channel, subscribe to our Instagram, and you have to, comment down below that you are subscribed to both, and we will be checking. So don't think you can just
To enter, you have to send a DM screenshot that you commented on the YouTube and you subscribe, screenshot it, and DM on Instagram, and you will be entered. That's how you get entered into the drawing.
And once we reach 100 subscribers, then that's when we will announce the winner. So help us get to 100 subscribers if you want to win that $250. My bad, $250. Help us get to 100 by doing all those, 3: like, comment, subscribe, and share. Share the video. Okay? So,
All right.
how was your...
What we got going on for this
You
week?
ain't gonna ask me how my day was?
That's what I'm asking you right now. Hold your horses.
Because I had a week.
You look like you had a week.
Now, why you gonna say that? What's wrong with the way I look? I look tired because I am very tired.
You got the Aunt Your Mama biscuit making rag on your head.
Listen, it's time for me to go to bed. Anyways, I had a crazy week, especially at work, because some older people, well, she's old. They think they can try you, and just because they're old, you're not supposed to say nothing. I just really got tried today at work.
What did
Tried
they do?
and disrespected.
What did they do?
Because older people, they don't like to be called out when they do something wrong. When she did something wrong, I asked a question and she just went left and went crazy and told me to stop harassing her and emailing her as if I was the one who was harassing her. She's the one who kept emailing me. Anyways, just a bunch of mess, just pettiness among grown people. And then my boss gonna try to downplay me. Like, she know I'm the best on the team. Like, when they be knowing you the best. And this is what irked me, because before the older lady came, I was the only black person on my team. And they know when you're the best, one, because they try to downplay you.
This sounds like a personal problem.
It is a personal problem, and I'm telling it.
We didn't need to get
we listen to your we listen to your work drama.
What work drama?
How much you hate your coworkers.
And everybody that's out there hates their coworkers.
I don't hate my coworkers. It's just
you're lying.
I don't hate my coworkers. I don't hate nobody.
That is a lie.
I don't hate. It's not a human alive that I hate. Hate is a strong emotion.
Okay, I don't want to say
too strong for somebody to get that emotion out of me.
Maybe it is. I don't want to say hate, but what is it called?
Some people just dislike. Don't prefer them. Rather not deal with them. It's a lot of other different emotions other than hate. Hate. That's like the ultimate. Only person I hate is the devil.
What is it called when if you wasn't at the work and y'all met in public, more than likely you'll probably beat them up?
Well,
what is that called?
Letting people get you to that point. Letting people get under your skin. They really control you when they make you feel like that. If somebody can make you hate them, they control you.
I don't want to say hate.
I don't hate none of my coworkers. It's something that I know for a fact outside of work we would not be friends. And then I've had coworkers who I've actually made friends who I'm still friends with to this day. So just, one of those things.
Yeah. Well,
what about you?
That's what it is for this time being. That's why y'all need to subscribe so I can quit my job.
For real, cause
so y'all won't catch me in the newspaper for beating up somebody.
You better have your bail money then.
Yeah, I think I will. But I don't know.
How's your week been going?
My week has been it's been good, relaxing. I only worked 2 days this week. I'm happy about that.
My job slipped up and gave me like 40 hours of PTO. Should I tell them?
Yeah.
Why? You think they're going to take it back from me if I use it?
Yeah. Of course they will.
It's
not going to be a mistake on their half. Believe that.
I know. I better tell them. Because I don't want them trying to deduct
it was
check.
A story in the news a while back where a job had made a mistake and cut an employee. This is when people was getting checks. Their job had made a mistake and cut one of the employees a check for like $2 million.
What?
And
I would have been like,
Can we play? Okay.
I was like, yo, bad.
And the person, they went and cashed a check and they bought all kinds of stuff. Let's just play a game. Guess what race that was? They bought.
I'm sure.
They bought a car, put rims on it, jewelry.
Listen.
And they were flexing. Keyword. They were flexing on Instagram. That's how they got caught.
That's a hard one. Were they black?
No, actually, they were straight-laced white people from Montana.
What?
Of course, they was black.
Oh, hey, I mean, I wouldn't have been flogging it, but I sure would have took it. That's their fault.
No, because you know ain't nobody going to take a loss like that if they could.
But what could you do? What can
they
you
got prosecuted.
So you mean it's a law if you
yes,
pay
that's
me?
Stealing.
If you pay me,
you know you didn't earn that money.
I don't care.
Well, ask them. Go to visit them people in jail right now because that's where they're at.
Wow. Well, I remember my job.
And then when they get out, they have to pay. They have to pay it back.
What? That's totally unfair.
What do you mean that's not? They stole
unfair.
money that wasn't theirs.
No, you gave it to me. You put it on my check with my name. I don't care. That's your mistake.
That's
you better eat your mistake.
They're in prison right now.
Nah, that's free them. Free that person.
Whatever.
Whoever they is. I remember my job did that. I remember that my job did that, but it wasn't $2 million. They just paid everybody twice by mistake.
It was an error.
The payroll department deposit, and this wasn't check. This was actually direct deposits. And some people actually spent. Some people spent the money, and then because when we got the message that they accidentally messed up, they said don't touch the money.
What is wrong with people?
They said don't touch the money because they're gonna take it back out of our accounts. Well, some people had went ahead and paid some bills with it, and so
they thought they was just gonna say, my bad, y'all keep that money."
Yeah, so for their next check, whatever they didn't recoup out of their bank account, they had to take it out their next check. So, yeah, they definitely gonna get their money back.
Guess that race.
I mean, it was all races that did it, actually.
Really?
I mean, I knew automatically. When I seen, I was like, wait a minute. I got 2 deposits of the same amount. I knew something was up. I ain't touched that money because you ain't finna be deducting money. And I think they set people up on a payment schedule too.
A payment plan?
Some people was crying about they didn't
you
know.
You should have spent it.
They said they didn't know.
Yo, you didn't know. You didn't earn that money.
Know? But yeah,
listen,
it is what it is.
In America, nobody's gonna just give you something for nothing. You will get asked. Yeah, they're gonna get their money back some way, somehow.
That's true.
Even if it's by prosecution, they're gonna get their money back. Do you know, even if like you go delinquent on like a credit card or something, or like hospital bills or stuff, medical bills, that at the end of the year these companies just write it off?
You mean like a charge off?
No, they write it off as on their taxes. So it's really nothing that they're...
It's called a charge off.
No.
It is. You forget I work in that field. It's called charge off. And they charge it off of their books, meaning they really getting the money because that's what they write it off of their books, but they write it off of their books so they can send it to collections. And then the collection agency calls and gets. So it's actually, it's really like you're really getting screwed in the end. Honestly, because they've gotten their money.
That's what I'm saying. The company's going to get paid many times.
But they're going to get paid again if you pay that debt.
Yeah.
And you can't say, well, I'm just not going to pay it because they already got paid, because that's not how the law works, because they can keep that on your credit.
You can go and make all these payments and be done paid for the car, but with the interest.
Trust me, I know. Interest, people be paying twice what the car is worth just in interest.
Twice. Some cases they play 3 times what it's worth.
Depending on the interest
I've
rate.
seen people get into terrible car from these buy here, pay here places.
Those are the worst. That's why you gotta keep your credit, get your credit straight in. That's why you should pay off your charged off accounts. Don't call when the collection agency people call you. Don't say, oh, it's on my credit that's charged off. That means nothing. That means absolutely nothing. It's gonna remain on your credit as a charge off, and it's a bad mark on your credit.
That's a bad mark.
Yeah, it's a bad mark on your credit, and it won't be removed until you resolve it.
Or you can just get it taken off. There's ways of getting it taken off.
I heard that was just for medical bills.
No, it's for credit cards, anything. You can get it taken off.
I'm sure it's the way around everything.
Because if a company sells your debt to a collector, They're not supposed to really do that.
And that's why a lot of these
That's
original
one thing.
creditors aren't selling the
Yeah.
debt anymore.
Yeah.
They're just, passing it on to a collection agency.
When they sell a debt, then that most times.
I think I almost got scammed today. Somebody called me. It was a Indian man talking about I owe $1,000 to Manatee Memorial Hospital for services in 2010. I said, wait a minute. In 2010, I was pregnant, and I don't ever remember going to Manatee Memorial.
Okay, you just gave out a lot of information.
Well, I mean, it's the hospital. What? They don't got my name. They don't got nothing else. I'm just saying, I think I almost got scammed today.
All right, let's get this show going.
All right, so we're going to start out the show with some good news, We got a couple.
Some bad news.
Yeah.
Some bad news, too.
We got a couple congratulations that are in order. First up is Kevin Hart and Aniko Hart. They just welcomed their new little bundle of joy, a baby girl named Kaori My Heart. So congratulations to them on their new addition to their family. Usher, he also welcomes his baby girl, who he named Sovereign Bo Raymond. Where did they get these names from?
I don't know. These kids are gonna have a
Is it some type
hard
of
time when they get in
celebrity underwritten law that they have to give these kids the oddest names?
I think they think these kids are just the greatest.
Why would you name your child Sovereign? Sovereign Bo. Man, that kid's gonna be picked on.
It's these celebrities' ego.
I don't know.
They have such egos. They think, oh, I'm giving birth to Jesus or something like that.
Yeah, and then
they think
now
that,
watch how many people name their kids Sovereign, and
these celebrities get in the mindset like they're God and stuff, so they got to give their offspring some great
I
name.
swear, after Tiny named her son King,
ain't
seemed like everybody started naming their son King.
Ain't nothing kingly about that boy.
Well, maybe that's her king, okay?
That's her king? Wow.
Maybe. And, we just, congratulated them. But, I really don't care about them. But the queen, she just gave birth. Yes, the
She's
queen.
not my queen.
Nicki Minaj, she is. She's everybody's queen. She just gave birth. The sex and the name of the baby has not been released. Although, what's that lady name? Lonnie from the daytime talk show, the Real. She did slip up and say congratulations on your baby girl, but then she retracted it and said she's old and she don't know what she was writing. I think it's a girl. Because it was also some reports that she was having a girl. So I think it's a girl. But yes, congratulations to her on her first baby, her and her husband. Even though a lot of people don't like him. Still, congratulations. And I think in true Nicki fashion, she's going to break the internet when she reveals her baby.
Trust me, nobody cares.
Oh, you crazy. A lot of people, she's going to break the internet. Like
We're way past that. We're way past that on her. She at this point, Nicki Minaj could probably have like 5 kids and nobody would care.
Are you serious? Terrence, do you know how many likes and views she got on when she revealed she was pregnant?
Who cares? Those are barbs.
You say nobody cares, though. Somebody care. A lot of people, millions of people care.
Okay, they fake care.
Not me.
Oh my God, Nicki Minaj is having a baby.
I genuinely
God.
care. Anyways.
Like, who really? Who
I hope
really,
she don't hide
who
her
really-
baby forever.
Who cares?
I really hope she doesn't. Anyways,
In the great scheme of things,
she's the only celebrity that.
what would we miss? Who cares?
Anyways, okay, so yeah, those are the people who had just recently had their babies.
Is she gonna breastfeed?
I don't know what she's planning on doing. I haven't talked to her and asked her. So she might.
How do you breastfeed out of fake titties?
You definitely can. It has nothing to do with that. Your milk flow, your milk production and flow comes just as regular as any woman. So has nothing to do with it. So on a bit of a...
She want a side of plastic with that milk?
Listen, you better stop coming for her. I don't know what you thinking. Because, anyways. All right, so on a bit of a somber note, our condolences go out to John Legend and Chrissy Teigen. They have recently reported that they Chrissy suffered a miscarriage of their baby boy. Yeah, condolences to them.
Never a good thing.
Yeah.
Never a good thing.
And you know, I just want to say this right now because I seen something where they were saying like these super, what do you call those people? Like evangelists people were like gloating because she lost her baby because they were saying she's pro-abortion. And now she's crying over her baby, and that's what she gets. That's, you know, I don't never like to gloat in anybody's pain, and I can just imagine the pain of losing a baby. But so
there's irony in this.
It's no irony.
Yes, it is irony.
You lose a child. There's no irony.
But she is for people killing their baby.
I mean, there's that thin line right there. I mean, listen. Chrissy is not one of my favorite people because of a lot of things, but we gonna give her the pass right now, cause you know we could say a lot of things, but still.
Yeah, we'll just wait. We'll wait till.
Yeah, I'm gonna give her the pass for right now because that's a hard blow, and I think everybody should just get a lady a pass. For the time being, you know, keep your personal opinions about how you feel about people, especially when they're suffering and going through something like that. After, then you can do it. But right now, let the people grieve.
Because if you're pro-life.
But I do find it odd, and this is nothing against them.
All lives matter.
And this is nothing against them, but I mean, everybody grieve differently, but I just find it odd that they had a photographer taking pictures of them while they're grieving. It's just weird. I mean, maybe people do things differently. I don't know. Like, you know, everybody grieves. Maybe they wanted to have those moments forever, but I don't know why you would want to remember that. I don't know. Hey, to each his own. I just find it a little bit weird, but nonetheless, condolences to them both. You know. Yeah. So that's all I'm gonna say on that. Alrighty, so what we got next? So I don't know if a lot of people is aware of this person. Her name is Jaguar Wright. If you don't know who she is she did some background singing for the Roots and Jay-Z, and she was on tour with a lot of people. She said she ghostwrited a lot of people's songs. Like, she's been in the industry for a while, for like, I think she said 25 plus years.
She also said she dated super producer Scott Storch.
She also dated somebody in the group The Roots, and she said
it was Scott Storch.
He's in the group?
He was in a group. He used to do music with them.
No, it was one of the actual band members.
It was Scott Storch.
I don't remember her saying that because I watched the whole exposure video and she said, well, it could have been. I could be wrong. But anyways, she dated somebody and she said she dated them so that the other men wouldn't mess with her. Anyways, so if you don't know who she is, that's who she is. So she's been around in the industry for a long time. She knows a lot of people. Recently, for the last 6 weeks, she's been on a roll. And she's been spilling a bunch of tea. And I mean tea by the buckets. But recently, her latest spillage of tea involved Mary J. Blige, Puff Daddy, or P. Diddy. What is he going by now? P. Diddy?
Not sure.
Puff?
Diddy,
one of them.
Brother Love.
She called him honeycomb.
Yeah,
she called him honeycomb.
That could be it. Puffy Smacks.
Who else she came for? Beyonce's father. She came for quite a few people. Like she's been exposing. She even did a piece on she even exposed the industry and how they do witchcraft and all that. She exposed listen, you go on YouTube, put her name in, and you'll get tons and tons of videos of her just, she goes on her Instagram and she just starts, and it's never really clear what prompts these, all this stuff being spilled is never really clear, but according to her, it's payback time, basically. Payback time.
So what did she say about them?
So for Mary J. Blige, she basically says she's a fraud. She's not who people think she is. She's really a mean, nasty person. Her sister.
She looks like she is.
The biggest thing she said about her, she said she's a whole lesbian. She said she's been a lesbian for years. She said ever since she and KC broke up, she's been a lesbian. And
not surprising. Most of the women in the industry.
I'm kind of surprised with that.
Most of the women in the industry are lesbians.
And how do you know that?
Just like most of the men in the industry are, they pitch hitters.
I mean, the men too.
They give and take.
Well, she called her a fraud because she said she faked her marriage to Kendu. She said that whole marriage was a scam. And as you know, when she got divorced, and what I never could understand, and a lot of people couldn't understand, is apparently he cheated on her, but he has to pay her. No, she has to pay him $30,000 a month in spousal support. And even like she was saying, she was like, even Wendy Williams said, like, what kind of judge would grant that after he cheated on her? But
was there court records?
Yeah, it was all over that she has to pay him $30,000 a month. But Jaguar, she let the lid off on that, which it kind of makes more sense than, a judge just saying, okay, he cheated on you, but you got to pay him $30,000 a month. Well, she said the whole marriage was a scam, and the woman that he cheated on was actually her woman. Like, she had to share this woman with him.
Mary J. Blige's woman?
Yeah, that was her girlfriend. And
so wait,
she don't want it to be out that she's a lesbian. So apparently he's holding her hostage. That's what Jaguar said. He's holding her hostage because of her secret. She don't want it to be known. For whatever reason, she doesn't want to be outed as a lesbian. So it makes more sense. The $30,000 is like hush money. It's like, you gonna pay me these $30,000.
Oh yeah. That sounds about right.
It makes more sense than just a judge saying, okay, he cheated on you, now you have to pay him, because that never made sense to me. But what she's saying makes a whole lot of sense. So she's basically telling her she need to, she was even saying how, her relationship with Casey was so toxic. They would, fight and do drugs and get high and then go make music. And, she was saying that she said quite a bit about Mary, how Mary got all those rappers for Puff back in the day and tricked them into very bad deals.
Allegedly, she was sleeping with Pac too. Why she was messing with was it Casey?
Could have been.
Which one is it? Casey or JoJo?
Casey.
Casey's the one.
Yeah.
Okay, Casey.
So yeah, she and she even said if she lying, sue her. So I mean that's a pretty big statement to make, to tell somebody if you lying. And she claims she has 20. So in one part of the thing, she said all them times when they thought she was drinking and she had a drink in her cup and she was drunk, she said she never had no drink in her cup. She said the cup was empty. She sat there pretending she was drinking because she wanted them to think she was under the influence. She said all along she was sitting back and she was collecting information. So she said she been in sessions and she has a lot of insight, and she said what she's exposing now is nothing, like, apparently she has even bigger things too. She said she was a dealer of smut. She said she has so many videos of celebrities doing the most nastiest stuff, and she said revenge is revenge. She turned her life over to God, but she said revenge is revenge and is best. What is it? How does it go? Revenge is a dish served cold or something like that. So she's getting her revenge. So whatever, she, a lot of it comes, she talks about when she first exposed the Roots and Erykah Badu and Jill Scott and Common, who she said sexually assaulted her. So a lot of it came out then.
What did she say about Diddy?
She said she said something about how he's a dealer of the devil, or how did she put it? She put it like he works for the devil, basically. That's what she said. Okay. And she said if you want to know who Puffy really is, go ask, who did she say? Father MC. I don't know who that is.
Father MC. Okay.
She said, go ask Father MC, because the love of his life got stomped to death, I guess in a stampede.
Okay, yeah.
And
it was
Puff.
Puff had a show back in the 90s where a few people got killed and badly injured.
Well, apparently this person got killed.
It was, well, he was probably one of the people that got killed.
She said she's seen all this. She said she's seen Diddy for who he really is. She's seen it for herself. She said he's so divisive, and that's when she was talking about the go ask Father MC, how Puff
if you really
wanted to keep it quiet.
If you really want to know about Puff and how evil he is, go look up a guy named Mark Curry. He wrote a book. I'm gonna say 2010, something like that, called "Dancing with the Devil."
And apparently, Puff, one of his bodyguards, was about to come out and expose a lot of stuff, but all
Puffy,
of
his bodyguard did come out.
No, because she said he didn't come out. She said she don't know what happened. She don't know if they paid him or if they said they were gonna kill him.
Gene Deal,
he must have didn't come out.
Bodyguard. He have a YouTube channel, and that's all he do is expose Puffy. That's not all.
Maybe
he
it was
does,
another bodyguard,
but he exposed Puffy He has a documentary called The Last Big Night, where he goes over how Diddy basically was played a big part in Biggie being killed. Because there was people warning them not to come to LA. He knew about the threats, and Diddy did nothing about it. He still let Big be in LA, do whatever he want, and everybody know Big was in LA by basically for Puffy.
Yeah, it's you know what? I knew something was up with him when Corinne Stevens and Stephens, she exposed him. She said he's
Oh, that we knew about.
He got a little, fire.
We
in
know
his
that's.
tape.
We know that's.
I don't know, like it's crazy, but she was, when I think it's another bodyguard that was gonna come forward because
there was a documentary that came out years ago, and it said the guy that was doing the the documentary, he said Cassie was Puffy's what did he refer to her as, the pinup girl, where he would, when he's trying to bring people on to sign them onto the label, he would basically give her to them and let the people he's trying to entertain deal.
Well, I think that's what she was trying to say. Mary played that same role because she went out and got a lot of rappers and stuff.
And he said when you see her, she would never. Every time, and he was right too. A lot of pictures, she's got her head down, following him. She was like basically his slave. And there was pictures that surfaced a few years ago that they got off the internet, of course, but it was of Cassie, Puffy, and two other men in a jacuzzi together in compromising situations.
Jaguar said he don't respect women at all. She said he don't respect women at all. He's I don't know. She said basically that's what she said he did. He does to Mary. He said he still has control over Mary. That she's his slave. Like she does whatever he tells her to do. So
because he's been taught how to bind people to you, like that's how the music business do. He was taught by his masters how to bind people. He's probably bind to certain people that he got when it's time, when they call, guess what? He gotta come running, no matter how much money he got. When they call, he gotta drop everything and go.
Yeah, because
they put him in compromising situations, and they have to do that person bidding for them. That's how the music,
she said how Puff, and that is true. She said how he humiliated the people on the band, like he humiliated them because she said she thinks he got something against people with real talent because he has none. She said that he keeps people with real talent to the back, and he puts these people with no talent to the front. So, and he even said that. Didn't he say that? I think he said that, and he was like,
well, he said it's about the look.
Yeah, he said it's like a cake, and the icing, like if you got talent, that's the cake, but the icing is if you got that look. That's what they looking for. You know? That's gonna bring
the people.
Well, that's what makes him money, but yeah, she was saying, but I think it was another bodyguard that was supposed to come out because she said he didn't, and she don't know why. and she think they either pay him or threaten to kill him. So when she said that, she brought up the whole Kanye West. She was like, why you think? So to me, she's basically saying, like, if you try to speak out against them, they'll have you killed. Because she brought up the whole Kanye West. She was like, why you think Kanye West is posting things to North saying, if they kill me, just remember that I was a good man and stuff like that. So
it's certain people in the industry, black people in generally that's in the industry that you hear about, they making a lot of money, that's still useful to them.
I think they trying to still figure out what to do with Kanye.
No, because they don't. You have to understand these people. They're not like regular people. They'll get look how long it took them to get Michael Jackson.
Well, that's what I said. I think they're calculated.
They'll get you.
They're calculated.
They'll use you. They'll use you. They'll get rid of you when at the right time for them, when they need to.
Mm-hmm. And she brought up, and this is something I learned, just from listening to her. She brought up. She said what they did to Sam Cooke. She said before he passed away, he was in the process of starting a all-black record company label. And he was supposed to bring in talent like James Brown. And she said they sent Sammy Davis Jr. as a warning. They sent him to him and like, hey, you messing with their money now. You need to back off.
Sammy Davis Jr. Basically worked for them.
Yeah, okay, they sent him as a warning.
There are certain black people in the industry that you wonder why they got so much money, but they won't come together. It's because there are boule. Okay, if we can say that, we'll just say the B word, right? Okay, they're the B word.
So she said the next day, Sam Cooke was found in a hotel room with a hooker, who was a known hooker. She said everybody knew she was a hooker, and then he dies. So she basically was saying how she said that's how they work.
But look what they did. Look what they did to when in the early 2000s when it was Suge Knight, Irv Gotti, Jay Prince. It was Suge Knight, Irv Gotti, Jay Prince, and who else? It was one other person.
But then we just talk about this, about how when
they was trying to be the distribution company, they were going to make an all black distribution company, and they had the power too. These was all black CEOs.
And think about it. Can you imagine that?
But look what happened. Okay, that someone said Jay-Z was the guy that they used right there. Okay, look what happened. Dame, it was Dame too. Dame lost he lost Rockefeller. He was basically ousted from the industry. Suge Knight sent back to prison.
You gotta put all this stuff together. All these people who actually own things.
And Irv Gotti was brought up on that whole those charges when he was, what was it, racketeering or something, money laundering, all those charges.
We just talked about this last week.
They had a sweep of all those guys' offices within, I think they said a week or so.
Yeah, we just talked about this on the last episode about how when, you start messing in their money, that's when and that's what she was saying. She said they sit around with their press agents and they create these smear campaigns to make people think, well, she said they create false realities for people to believe. And they take artists like her and try to say she's crazy.
Because it's dismissive.
That's what they're doing to Kanye now. Oh, he's crazy. He has
We talked
bipolar.
about this on other episodes.
Look what they're doing to
It's
Tory.
dismissive, right? They try to smear you. Part of me say humans, they're smarter than this, but how can I say that when they keep falling for it?
Yeah, She even
and
talked
that's what
about,
they're banking on. They're banking on. They're betting on you being predictive.
Mm-hmm. And she said she knew this day would come, a day of exposing. She knew it would come. She said she has 25 years of info, videos, and text messages. And she telling these people, she said, if I'm lying about anything, sue me. She keeps saying this.
Well, I know the other point I wanted to bring up. When I was talking about Puffy, right? When they said he used to use Cassie as basically a prostitute, was to sleep with the people he trying to bring on. There is a podcast, right, called Producers Grind, and there is a guy named CEO Charlie. He was manager for 2 Chainz. He managed basically a lot of people from Atlanta. He had something to do with a lot of people from Atlanta. What is those guys? The 3 dudes that was in a group.
Who? What group?
Travis Porter. He managed Travis Porter. A lot of these guys. What's that guy name that got killed? Bankroll. Anyways, he's big in Atlanta.
Don't ask me no
His name is
names,
CEO Charlie, and he said when he was shopping a deal for Travis Porter, he said he heard about he was going to New York to get courted by I think it was Jive Records at the time, and Puffy called him. He said he knew right off the bat he would never sign to Puffy because he heard about the past that Puffy had with artists and leaving them broke without no money and stuff. He said
that's what she said.
Absolutely
got into bad deals.
Absolutely, Puff wasn't even in. He would never sign them to Puff. So Puff called him, cussing him out. How you going to disrespect me and have meetings with record labels in my city? This is my city. He's like, just have respect and meet with me. Just meet with me. So he said he didn't want to do it. So Puff got him to just meet with him. They came over to his big 3-story condominium, penthouse. And he said it was plush. He said, so when they got there, they knock on the door, and he was like the most beautifulest woman. Answer the door, dragging a big, huge bottle of Moet, right behind her. And guess who that girl was?
I don't know.
Cassie.
Oh.
So basically he backed up the story that these people were saying beforehand.
I don't put nothing past them. I don't put nothing past these people. I've always said that nothing will surprise me when it comes to them. She said she even called Puffy the Jeffrey Epstein of the hip hop world.
We didn't say that. She said that.
That's what I just said. She
allegedly
said that. She said that. No, she said that.
She said that.
She didn't allegedly say that. She said it. You can go look at the whole thing, because it was like a whole hour long of her just talking about everything. So it was other things she said in there. We're just giving the highlights, but she did say he's like the black, or the Jeffrey Epstein of the hip hop community. So I don't know. That's a pretty serious accusation.
A lot of these things needs to be revealed. A lot of stuff needs to be revealed.
She said she ain't done. But what I'm most interested, because before she ended going in on Puff, she said if Puffy don't want her to really speak, he better just keep his distance, because she said you don't really want me to tell what happened between you, Sean, and Jennifer Lopez. What happened?
Oh, Puffy,
gosh, tell us.
Please don't keep your distance. We want to hear what happened.
I really want to know what happened. So I'm gonna be so tuned in, because I'm gonna be waiting. I'm gonna follow her on Instagram, because I want to know the moment she tells that story. I'm very interested in what happened.
Can we make a fake page of P. Diddy and harass her? So she can go out.
I don't know, but she need to go ahead and tell it because I'm very interested in that story. But she said she ain't done. She got all this proof. She even talked about Matthew Knowles. Oh, she said him. She said he's a disgusting pervert. She said the nasty, disgusting things he did in writing sessions and in recording sessions.
Disgusting things like what?
She just said the disgusting, perverted things he did.
And he tried. I mean,
we know he cheated on his wife and had a baby. He tried to
put Jagged Edge on blast because he
just looked like he's
these guys. Okay, you got more than likely Jagged Edge was young at the time, but he tried to make them seem like they were these old men trying to mess with young teenage girls. And actually, one was messing with one of them.
I don't know, but she said how, he tries to, like, anybody that's better than any type of group he's trying to put out, he'll try to go in the industry and try to get them blackballed and all kinds of stuff that he do and that's probably what, he did a lot of that with Beyonce to get her where she's at. But hey, I don't know. You can decide if you want to believe her or not. I have to say I believe her because what is she gaining from this? Like
at the end of the day, if you're woke, you know this stuff was going on in the industry. Mm-hmm. Only but
to have somebody who was actually in the industry behind the scenes. She said you don't even know how many songs they stole from her. She said she done heard so many of her songs on the radio that made #1 that they stole from her. Like, if I'm kind of like piecing things together. Like the lady really was like railroaded. And she's talented. Like she's really talented. She's a songwriter. She's a singer. She's a performer. She's all that. She's really talented. And I think she feels like she didn't get a fair shake. She didn't get a fair go. And she even mentions like how, they took certain projects away from her. She was supposed to be in Dreamgirls, but Matthew Knowles stopped that, she said, because she said he said you embarrassed Mary J, but you're not finna embarrass Beyonce. So I mean, she's on a revenge. She's on a road of revenge, and if she goes to expose and stuff, I hope she's safe. Cause if she goes to exposing, the pictures and videos that she say she have. Oh, she even said like how she would hire girls to go mess with a lot of these celebrities, and they didn't even know that them girls was working for her. Yeah, it's a mess. It's a mess. I'm interested to see what else she got.
Oh, you know this stuff is going on in the industry. There's plenty of people that was in the industry that came out.
Yeah, every time you hear about somebody writing a memoir,
Napoleon from the Outlaws, he did an interview a few years ago, and he exposed a lot of things that was going on in the industry.
Yeah, and then they dismiss these people. They dismiss them as, I don't know how they manage to do. I guess because they have the upper hand in that world, so they can pretty much paint the picture how they want to paint it, and then they know people are going to fall in line and believe whatever their favorite celebrities say.
You can say something, it'll hit somebody's brain, right? So you give people a piece of knowledge that really they can't do nothing with. But the next thing, all they gotta do is do what? Make a hit song.
Make a hit song,
and they'll forget all about that. What they done heard about that person.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy. It's crazy how people. I don't know. I always wanted to study psychology.
Not throwing R. Kelly in there, but
she did. She talked about R. Kelly.
No, what I'm saying is basically back when those allegations came out before, and it was a whole tape. It was a whole tape with him on there. Mm-hmm. And all he did was drop an album called Chocolate Factory, and everybody magically forgot about that.
Yep. What is it?
And I said it before.
Saying, like,
I said it before. They know, the powers that be know that humans have the attention span of basically 5 minutes, literally, and they'll forget about what they just seen. They just go for whatever's in front of them, and
like she said, they sit around with their what she called it, their press agents or something she called it. They sit around and they come up with different tactics, and it's crazy. They're so calculated, but you gotta really start to see through this stuff.
They know one thing, right? They can hear whatever about somebody. They can hear they murdered their mother, but you give them that one piece of information. What are they gonna do with that? What are they gonna do with that information? When you give them a hit record, that's sugar. It tastes sweet. You know, you give them bitter. Everybody wants sweet over bitter.
Mm-hmm. They're serving you crap with sugar sprinkled on top.
They're serving
and you just don't know you're eating crap. You ain't really eating sugar.
That's exactly what it is. It's sugar. It's sugar coated crap.
Mm-hmm.
But you know how ironic is the things that save your life when it come to eating. It's the bitter stuff. Dr. Sebi says the bitter stuff.
Yeah, it's actually something
is the more organic.
Bitters. Yeah.
Don't go for the sweet. Don't go for the sugar. Sugar is very bad for you. It's just ironic how things work.
Well, anyway, she said she waited all these years she wanted all her facts to be straight. She wanted all her ducks in a row, because when she coming, she's shooting. She aiming. And she ain't trying to miss.
It doesn't help none that when these people come out exposing people, they look cuckoo like.
Well, she's a lesbian now.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, she's a lesbian. She said she'd been a lesbian, so she fit
right in. She fit right in.
Well, Why ain't she more famous?
I
don't know. I don't know. Listen, the entertainment world, they pick and choose. You know, they got who they want and who they don't want. You know, if you're quiet and just go on about your life, they ain't got no problem with you. But if they don't want you and you go to talking, that's when they got a problem with you. So she's even being called the most feared woman in the industry right now, because apparently
she having secrets. Then she is
secret. What? I'm trying to think. It was either in a movie or, oh my God, it's on the tip of my tongue. It was on a movie, I think, but somebody was like, they have secrets. Oh, it was in the I know it was in Hunger Games, where he said his basically his collateral, the things that he collected through the years wasn't money and gold and jewelry and stuff. It was information and things about, high ranking people. And, that's what he was going to use against, the people who were doing all the bad stuff. So that's when you said that, it jogged my mind about that. But yeah, information is information. When you have information and you have some stories to tell, yeah, you really got the upper hand at that moment. But yeah, I guess all I can say about this in closing is stay tuned. Look her up, Jaguar Wright. Look her up. She's all over YouTube. Follow her Instagram if you want to hear the whole story. But okay, moving on. trying to see how to get into this one. So you guys, if you've listened to previous episodes, you know we are not supporters of the Black Lives Matter movement. Okay, let's get this all the way clear once again, because you know people seem to confuse it. If you don't support the movement, you don't support Black people. That's completely not wrong. We don't support the movement, but me personally, I can only speak for myself. I don't know what Feezy feelings is. I'm all for Black people. I'm all for people of color, Hispanics, Latinos, all of that. But I'm not for the Black Lives Matter movement. And this is why. So recently, an Atlanta Black Lives Matter activist by the name of Sir Major Page. He's 32. He was, the FBI arrested him. He was the founder of the Black Lives Matter group in Atlanta. He was arrested on fraud and money laundering charges. So apparently he
ain't even Black.
Yeah, he's Black. He's just, maybe albino, maybe.
That means he's not Black.
He is. So you're saying albinos are not Black?
Let's go.
You're finna have a whole bunch of people.
Let's get into this.
So are you saying albinos are not Black? Terrence.
I thought.
Feezy. You see what I say? Your name. So are you saying albinos are not Black? Is that what you're saying?
So are you saying
2 Black people?
So you saying Black is a race?
No. I am adamant about
Black?
that. I'm just
Black?
using Black because that's the most familiar term. Black definitely is not a race. It's a color in a crown box, but that's the most familiar.
The right there.
That's the most familiar term. That's why I use it. I most definitely know Black is not a race. Of course not.
You see how ironic that is? He's not even Black.
Okay, so which word would you prefer to give him?
He can't even hold any color.
Okay, so what term or what
particularly
identifying mark would you want to give him?
Albino man.
Don't say albino man, because that's listen. Okay. Anyways, regardless of his color, he is accused of, taking $200K in donations.
You ever seen a albino monkey?
There's albino everything. There are albino snakes, alligators.
You ever seen an albino gorilla?
Yeah. I seen pictures of one, never one in person. Anyways, what that got to do with the topic? Well, anyway, so he's been accused of misappropriating $200K in funds that he received.
How do they get albino? Never mind. Go ahead.
Do you want to talk about the breakdown of how a person becomes albino? Listen, albino only means you don't have pigment. Okay, you don't have melanin.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, you can't hold it.
So he's an albino.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if he's albino. He could just be really, really light.
Go ahead. That dude is albino.
So so anyways, he got $200K in funds, and he misappropriated those funds. He received those funds from donations from Facebook. The investigation on him started in 2019. His real name is Tyree Conyers Page. He founded the Black Lives Matter of Greater Atlanta in 2016. And that year alone, he got $466,000 in donations. Like, what?
And he stole all of it?
Only for 3 months. For the months of, I think it was July, August, and September or something like that. For 3 months, he got $466,000. He told people that the money would go towards George Floyd, but it went towards food, dining, entertainment, clothing. They said tailored suits, furniture for his home, a security system, and more. So yeah, he's being held on charges of that. So I mean, people, you got to know, if you have a organization and you're asking for donations and you're telling people that the money is going to go to something and you're not taking that money and doing what you're saying, that is a felony. Okay, and the FBI will get involved, just like this case. So I haven't heard the Black Lives Matter people talking out about this.
They're not.
I haven't heard them saying or denouncing anything with him. That's mighty funny. But on the lines of, so what, that's just, that's the story on that. He's a fraud and a thief. And he's using black people just like the other people, using black people's emotions for some type of gain. All right, so on the lines of Black Lives Matter, the Black Lives Matter founder, and she's one of the original founders, Patrisse Cullors, she released a video of an occult ritual saying she wants to abolish police while she curses them. As you can see on the picture, looks a little bit weird to me. So apparently she's been they've been sporting shirts that say Black Magic. So basically lately they've been accused of performing rituals and spiritistic type of things.
We won't get into it on this episode, but there's something distinctly weird about that word, Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. What is matter?
You're made up of matter.
What is black matter?
It's what the universe is made up of.
The universe is not made of black matter.
What are you talking about?
Are you listening?
I was reading something. Go again. Say it again. Say it again.
Black. Never mind.
You just said we're not going to get into it on this episode. So are we getting into it or are we not?
Again, people, if you're a co-host and you know how to co-host, I'm looking for a co-host.
Whatever. Are we going to get into it or are we not?
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. You was talking.
Go ahead. Go.
Listen, if you want to talk about it, talk about it. I'm listening. You know it. I don't know what you're talking about, so you have to go with it. Are you gonna go with it?
What's the next topic?
Well, we done talking about that one?
What's the next topic?
Okay, so the next topic that we have is Megan Thee Stallion. So we're back on Megan. Recently, a stylist, well, an alleged stylist of Megan. She goes by the name of It Girl Nation. She's the first person to publicly come out and call Megan a liar. She claims that Megan abuses alcohol and is physically abusive towards those around her. According to this woman named It Girl Nation, Megan is still grieving the loss of her mother and her grandmother, and has turned to the bottle for comfort. In her post, she said, "I want to say this and I won't say anything about this. I've provided clothes for Megan when I first opened my boutique, and it's been plenty of times when Tori was around Megan. Megan gets drunk and becomes very disrespectful and physically abusive. I'm not saying that Megan is lying about what happened because I wasn't there. I was only in her condo the previous day when I dropped clothes off to her, and she was indeed drunk and again very aggressive to Tori. I feel that it's three sides to every story because something is not right. And before y'all start that protect black woman, I am a black woman. Megan is heaven sent and most definitely an amazing person, but she's still grieving her grandmother and her mother, and she abuses alcohol and it turns her into a different person. But you guys will see when Kelsey speaks, and she will be speaking soon. I saw her yesterday as I dropped clothes off to her, but she has a story to tell, and I just want to say it ain't too far off from what Tori is saying. So, and she mentioned Kelsey. Now, if you don't know, Kelsey is Megan's ex-best friend. Wherever you seen Megan, you seen Kelsey. You see they had pictures together all the time. Like you barely seen one without the other. Recently, her and Kelsey have unfollowed each other on Instagram. It's a lot of weird stuff that's flying around with this whole thing.
I think we're gonna all, well, not me, because I don't believe it happened, but everybody that doubted Tory Lanez is gonna owe him an apology by the time this is over, and the court case is over.
Well, listen, she put up another post. She said Kelsey did not shoot Megan. Nobody shot Megan.
Like I thought.
It just the story. Listen, y'all can't. Nobody would. Listen, even if you're a fan of her, like I said, I had nothing against Megan. You know, I thought she was cool, whatever. But even if you are a super duper fan of her, you can't ignore the strange things surrounding this whole case. You can't ignore that. Like, you'll be crazy to ignore it. She also said it's not a malicious bone in neither Kelsey or Tori's body towards Meg. They're still protecting her by keeping quiet. So, I don't know. Take it how you wanna. She said, I'm gonna say this and then I'm done. By the end of the weekend, everybody will be apologizing to Tori and Kelsey.
As I thought.
So I guess we just have to wait and see until this.
You seen the pictures. You seen her foot. You seen all of it. Doesn't look like a gunshot wound. It looks like a scrape.
But see, people been coming for the girl Kelsey because people are literally like coming for this girl, sending her horrible messages because she hasn't said anything. First of all, how you gonna make somebody talk?
Because they want to be nosy.
How you gonna make somebody? And she even said, when I'm ready to talk, I will talk. And she said, just keep throwing stones because I'm noting everything, or keep throwing rocks because I'm noting everything. So, I mean, you can't make somebody. And what were you saying earlier about, the whole Kelsey and Tori thing?
Well, it was rumors that they were messing around before Megan and Tori. But apparently, according to some sources, she caught COVID and had to go quarantine for 14 days, and that's the period when Megan and Tori got close and they got into a relationship. And some reports said that she wasn't too happy about that. But either way, I don't believe that she was shot in the foot.
Well, this woman said she spoke to two people. There's two other people.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, it's weird. And then the fact that a day after you got shot, you was on a boat twerking. Listen, like I said, everybody process things, heals
and
different.
She goes on a video.
She goes
on live. So if someone tried to kill me, I never been shot before. If someone shot me, do you think I'll be doing all that within a few days?
And usually in domestic situations like that, when a woman is trying to protect the man, is usually he has been abusing her for a while, and she protects him. How does
she try to protect him?
Wait. That's because that's what she said. She said
when she came out on an Instagram live and said, "This nigga Tory shot me."
Yeah, that's the weird part. But she said that night that she got shot,
she said
she never said anything to the
because he didn't
police.
do it.
She said she didn't even tell the doctors because she thought the doctors were the police.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. The story just got weird.
Nobody said nothing about it until it hit the news. She wasn't even saying anything right away. It was it was a little bit of time that had passed before she actually spoke. But then she spoke because she said people were making jokes about her getting shot, and her getting shot ain't no joke. So that's what prompted her to come out. You think this lady's not hearing jokes about her all day, every day?
Of course. But
that's what, when there's millions of eyeballs on you, everybody's not going to like you. But that's what prompted you to come out?
That's what she said.
Sure.
She wanted to tell her story, her
Seems
side
like
of the
they had
story.
a little huddle and they came up with a plan.
But what's even more weird...
And she knew she had a big single coming out.
Listen, but what I was saying back to that, her protecting him.
Did that WAP come out before or after? I think it came out
after. It came out right after, and she was still apparently healing from her gunshot wound. But the point I was making is most women who protect their abusers, they've been with them for a while and they've been going through abuse for a while, and that man manipulates them into protecting them. So they feel like, they're either afraid to tell, or they're going to go back to that person. So they don't say anything about it. This is a whole different situation. She's not with him anymore. She's not afraid of him. She's not afraid of him because, she boldly talks out against him and been posting pictures that say F you. And
if he shot her, why isn't he in jail on attempted murder?
Good question. Can somebody, any of the people out there who say he's guilty, please let it be known why this man just attempted murder is not being charged with anything connected to that.
His bail was $30,000. He was let out.
And tell me, what best friend? Best friend? Because if you shoot my best friend, even if my best friend ain't telling it, I'm telling it. Oh, I'm gonna be right with my and Tory even he mentioned something like that in the song. He was saying like, because apparently Megan kept her relationship with Tory a secret. She didn't tell Kelsey about it. Kelsey apparently found out that night that they were, in a relationship. So, and you don't have to tell your business to everybody, but that is her best friend. And usually, you're going to tell your best friend. But like I said, if you just shot my best friend, I'm finna be riding with you and I just seen this. She was actually in the car. The girl Kelsey was actually in the car. So she had to see something. No doubt about it. She had to see something. So if I know you shot my best friend, I'm finna be like, oh yeah, he shot her. Sure did. Why the silence? That lets me know something ain't right. It's more to the story than her initial.
This is so unbelievable. This her side of the story is so unbelievable. I just can't believe that we have that many people in this world that would just take how ironic is it? An entertainer. What is the job of an entertainer? Do whatever to entertain you. Have we forgotten that?
But I think it's deeper than that. It's more than just to entertain. I think it's because, like Tory said,
like I said,
they're
do
trying to take him down
to entertain you.
Yeah, but I think they're trying to take the man down.
They'll do and say whatever is what.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Well, yeah, people are being entertained by it, but I don't understand how people be entertained by lies. I guess each to each
Well,
his
they're
own.
all entertained by lies because it's all lies.
Yep. So I guess until Kelsey speaks out and say what really happens. Now, here's the question. If she comes out and she says nobody shot Megan, Megan wasn't shot. If that happens, what is going to be the narrative next? What are they going to say about her?
You do know if he shot her, they could match the bullets to his gun, and they could have easily done it that fast.
But see, I'm interested in what
and
is the world going to say.
And he still have no charges on him for attempt or an assault with a deadly weapon.
Listen,
he
I
still
ain't rushing her to talk, but she need to hurry up and talk.
It's not people are you that stupid. It's not that hard to find out. You have the gun. The cops have the gun. That is the ideal situation for a police to have not only the gun,
smoking gun.
You have the a live what is it called? You have a live what is it called when somebody get, what are they called?
Suspect?
No, the other victim? You have a live victim. You have the gun supposedly he used. That is the ideal situation for a cop. And he's only charged with, and it's been over how many? It's been over a month, and he still only has
a little longer than that, maybe
month
like
and a
2
half,
months.
2, and he still only has a
gun possession
charge.
Mm-hmm.
And he just came out with a video, praise to the Most High, or what is it called, Most High or something like that, where he's basically declaring his victory already. Only somebody that knows they didn't do something that strong would do that.
Listen, the man, since he spoke, he said he didn't do it.
Well, the video he just put out is basically declaring his victory.
And then, not only that, it was other people who were there. How come none of these people have spoken yet? How come nobody has spoken? Only Megan has spoken and said he did it. Only her. She's the only one who has spoken and said, he did it. Other than these celebrities who none of them, might I add, was there, who have publicly come out and say, oh, he shot her. He's this horrible person.
You gotta look past that. You gotta look past that. They just trying to, they're trying to be relevant to they're trying to stand next to a hot story and stay relevant. That's on. You really think these celebrity people care about these people?
No, they don't. Because as soon as if they had the opportunity, and especially them females, any one of them females, if they had the opportunity to take Megan's position right now, they would do whatever they had to do to take it.
And here's the thing: a lot of these celebrities, their soul is so gone. If it ever came a time where it said that killing black people was the big thing to do, was the good thing to do, and it was the popular thing to do, they'll be right along saying it because that's their job. Yep.
They're being paid.
These people are puppets.
Even that lady Jaguar, she said that Mary don't like none of the women in the industry. I know this is back on another topic, but she was saying she don't like none of the women in the industry but Beyonce. And she said the reason she only likes Beyonce is because she's being paid to like Beyonce. So I don't know. I mean, if they're paying people to take pictures and pretend they like other celebrities, then I don't put nothing else past them. They paying people to say things and be on this side and be on that side. So it's all crazy. It's all crazy at the end of the day. But moving on. So yeah, that's that on that. So like I said, until Kelsey actually speaks, and I honestly think she's the link that's gonna bring it all together.
Somebody gonna pay her. Drop a bag.
I hope. Yeah. Listen, listen, I'm gonna say it right now. If she comes out and say
Shade Room,
if she comes out and say
media takeout.
No, listen. If she comes out and say yes, he shot her, somebody paid her to say that.
Oh yeah.
Because ain't no way in the world you waiting this long to just say okay what Megan already said. He shot her. Okay, so I'm just saying it first.
I don't think she would. I don't think she can. If she will come out and say he shot her, I think she would allude to it because that would give her out from getting sued. If she come out and say Tory Lanez shot her, and she know that didn't happen, Tory Lanez, when it's all over and he's clear, he can come back and sue her and everybody that's in Megan Thee Stallion camp for slander.
Mm-hmm.
Who've been putting
I honestly think she's the missing link. She's the link that's going to bring this story.
If they do,
she's gonna make or break this story. I can tell you that.
If they do pay her and she takes it, and she come out and she'll allude to it. That's why she's gonna make or break this, and I'm just interested to see if she goes into because this stylist said her Kelsey story matches pretty much what Tory is saying. So somebody lying somewhere. It's a lie being told somewhere, and I think Kelsey is going to be the missing link. She's going to bring this story. She's going to make or break this story. I think she's waiting on the right moment to come out and talk. Listen, people, let's not forget about what's the guy named from Power?
Can you imagine if we had money to pay her to come on our show and tell the story? That would be awesome.
What's the dude named from Power?
Ghost?
Not Power. What's that show called?
Empire.
What's the dude that?
Lucius?
No, the boy that faked it.
Oh, you talking about his real name in real life? Jussie Smollett. Yeah, Jussie Smollett.
Yeah, Juicy Smollett.
Jussie. Jussie.
Let's not forget about Juicy Smollett.
Juicy Smollett? What? His name is Jussie.
It's Juicy Smollett.
Okay.
That's what we call him.
Okay.
Let's not forget about the whole fake elaborate story he came up with. Okay? So let's not act like it's never been done. He's just the one that got caught. Okay? It's been the prototype, the blueprint has been showed to you. Okay? It's been showed to you. And I know with every bone in my body that's not the first stage.
Of course not. Of course not. They done. It's been
media.
It's been lots that happened. Yeah, no, it's been lots of times where they've exposed people for fake situations, making up fake situations and stuff. They definitely ain't the first, and they won't be the last. They're just getting a little bit more elaborate. They're getting elaborate with it. You shot me now. What's next? What's gonna be next?
She didn't even get shot. That wasn't.
Well, that's what that girl said. She said Tory or Kelsey didn't shoot her. Nobody shot her.
The hospital releases the pictures. That's not a bullet wound.
Cedar Sinai is sketchy, so I don't believe nothing they said.
They never said she was shot.
Yeah, they said they got record that she suffered a gunshot wound. Yes, they did. They said that. So, like I said the last time, she
told them. They only go off what they tell you. How would they know?
Who?
The hospital.
Because that's the hospital she went to.
That's what I'm saying. They only could go off what she told them. If she told them,
she said she still had a piece of the bullet in her heel.
If you go into the hospital and say, I was shot, and it went in and out.
No, she said she still got a piece of the bullet in her foot.
How?
I don't know. Listen, like I said, this whole story got a lot of holes in it. It's a lot of weirdness to it. There's a lot of missing links. There's a lot of stuff that don't make sense.
It looks like a scrape. It didn't even go in. How could it?
And
Okay, how could she still have pieces? So that's saying the bullet went in her foot and didn't break.
If it's a piece in there, of course it went through her foot.
And it didn't break any bones.
No bones,
nothing.
No tendons.
That's
nothing.
all there is in your foot is bones and tendons.
Yeah.
How is it a bullet lodged in it? How is it a piece of the bullet? A piece of the bullet.
By the grace of God.
A piece of the bullet. A piece of the bullet.
It didn't hit anything. No nerves.
No. A piece. So I didn't know bullets break off.
Yeah.
No. A piece of bullet.
Bullets
only break off yes. When it goes in, and it may rattle on. It might hit your bones and break apart.
Well, I don't know, but all I
didn't know bullets
it was a piece
could break apart, and one piece of the bullet scratches your foot.
I don't know.
And the little part of it goes into your foot.
It's in her heel. So
she's saying.
So was she shot in the heel?
That's where the little scratches was.
See, I'm so confused. There's a lot of stuff in
there.
Did
you not see the picture of her foot?
It said she was shot from the back, but then on top of her foot, she had stitches. She had like a stitch on the top, on the side. Yeah, I'm all confused because I don't
scrapes.
know.
Those were scrapes.
I'm all confused.
She probably fell out the car because she was drunk.
It didn't look. I seen gunshot wounds. I told you I used to work in the hospital.
A gunshot wound.
I've seen gunshot wounds, and
it's more circle.
They don't look like that. And that picture that she took was really early on, and that unless she's an amazing healer, like she just heals very fast.
Those were
I don't know.
You can't say that because those were the pictures.
Listen, I'm just giving
those was the pictures that the hospital took.
Or no, those were the pictures she took.
No, those were the pictures that the hospital released. The hospital
didn't release no pictures. They made a statement. I was told. No, she released.
Well, that makes it even worse.
The hospital only made a statement that yes, she was treated for a gunshot wound. So they only corroborated with her story that she was shot. But they only go
after what she said.
I mean,
if they say if you walk in, if
you can't go in the hospital and say I got a broken bone. If there's no broken bone, they're not gonna have in your records that you got a broken bone.
That is totally different. If you got some,
I'm saying Cedars-Sinai is lying.
Somebody shot me.
They're lying too. They're right along with her. They're lying. They're shady to begin with. So I don't. And it's mighty funny. She went to Cedars-Sinai. Yeah. Okay. I'm telling you, every time something with some celebrities, every single time is Cedars-Sinai. I promise you, it's Cedars-Sinai. I'm just saying.
Well,
yeah, it's pretty funny, but yeah. But like I said, till Kelsey speaks, I guess we just have to wait and see what she says. But I believe somebody gonna pay her to get on their show.
That's what I said.
And talk.
Somebody gonna drop a bag.
Anybody want to loan us some money to get
shade room?
So she can come on our show and give
how much she want?
I don't know. What's your price? I want to ask her. What's your price? Come on our show. We'll give you the platform.
I wouldn't spend no money to interview her because I already know what happens.
Do you know how many people would tune in? Man, somebody gonna. I think that's what she waiting on. I think she waiting on the right offer because listen, she's smart. She ain't dumb. She might as well profit off of it. If you're coming out telling the truth, hey, make a buck in the process. You have every right to. If you're coming out with the truth, the real truth, make a buck off of it. Ain't nothing wrong with that. So I think she may be waiting on the right offer to tell her story. So we'll just have to wait and see. But okay, moving on. Last thing we got, and I know people probably been waiting or wondering if we were going to talk about this. Yes, we are. So round 1 of the presidential debate just happened a couple days ago between Trump and Biden. And I don't even know if I have a word for that debate. Fiasco, 3-wing circus. I don't know what to call it, but it was interesting and probably one of the funniest and entertaining debates because I've never really watched a presidential debate. I think I may have watched a couple of them. I don't really get into it like that. But when I tell you I was all the way tuned in to this one and laughing, I felt like I was like watching a comedy show. Did you watch it?
Of course I did.
Okay. Well, we're going to give y'all some highlights from the show and what we thought about it. Their first round in that segment, because they are going 3, they're going to do 3 debates. Now it's the first one. You had everything from Biden telling Trump to shut up. The moderator, let me just say that whole debate was biased, in my opinion.
I think they need to get a new moderator.
I hope he's not. Is he gonna be the moderator for each one?
Yes.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's fair. He's very biased, and you could tell. I knew
it was gonna be biased just by the channel. This debate, I mean, it's not. Trump showed up. He did damage, I believe.
He brought out a lot of good points. I could tell you that.
But they were saving Sleepy Joe.
He told the moderator, he said, I guess I'm debating you. He said, I'm not surprised, I'm used to it. So, and it almost was like he was debating the moderator. So I don't know, when you're a moderator in a debate, if anybody know anything about debates, you're pretty much supposed to just keep the rules in place, and you're pretty much
supposed to be neutral.
Yeah, you're pretty much supposed to be neutral, but you could tell, you could see it, you could hear it, you could hear the biasness in him. So that was no secret. Trump knew what was up from the beginning. So but in the first part they talked about healthcare. They were talking about, the moderator told Trump, the last 4 years of you being in office, you have promised to, come up with this new health care. You've done nothing. You said you were going to get rid of Obamacare and bring in something better. Trump basically said, we are bringing in something better. He said he's going up against Big Pharma, which no president is encouraged to do. So he basically said how much power Big Pharma has. Yeah. If no president is encouraged to go against, okay, now you're the president of the United States, they're encouraging you not to go against Big Pharma. So that lets you know right there how much power Big Pharma has. And he said he's going against them because, why is he going against them? He's trying to cut prescription costs by 80 to 90%. So in order to do that, you can't do that here in America, because the pharmaceutical companies, they're not going to go for that. Their whole game is to make as much money off of people, keeping people
sick.
Keeping them basically managing, that's the word I was saying. Managing their symptoms, not curing. So he was saying how he's going to allow the governors to go outside to different countries to be able to get medicine, because we all know medicine in other countries is like 80 to 90% cheaper than what you're going to get in America, and that's because of Big Pharma in America. So, they were going back and forth about the health care. Of course, Biden, he's for the Obamacare, of course. I don't know. I never had Obamacare, so I really don't know how it works. I, never had to get it. Have you had
it? No, how would I ever be able to get Obamacare?
I don't know.
Obamacare literally destroyed people. I mean, if you were a working person, Obamacare really put you in financial distress, because it put you into it. It basically was like it made you carry insurance. So it made you spend extra money Even though you may have not gone to the doctor, may not even... Listen, you have the right not to go see a doctor if you don't want to. You have the right not to go to the hospital if you don't want to. But it took away that right for people. It took away the right of people not being able to say, no, I don't think I want health insurance. It basically made them carry health insurance. It made them spend an extra, what?
Well,
An extra $400 a year.
Yeah, Trump said the premiums are outrageous.
And to a person that's only making, what, $20,000 a year? That's a significant part of your income.
That's a lot. That's a lot. He said, Trump said that.
And then the insurance that you were getting for that money, you really couldn't go to the emergency room because it was basically crappy insurance.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Well, Trump, he said that, he said that he's trying to do something versus, and I love when he said this because I just, had posted about this and I had a challenge going. If you don't know, I had a challenge that I will give someone, and nobody, I forgot to mention that nobody won that challenge because, again, nobody was able to come with anything that he did that was beneficial for the African American or, people of color. He has not done anything to better, the lives and communities. So Trump brought that out. He said, you could have done it in 47 years of being in Congress. So, Trump was, listen, they was coming for him and he was giving it right back. Biden said he's not there to call out his lies. He said everybody knows Trump is a liar. Trump called Biden a liar and said he graduated last in his class, not first. So apparently Biden been lying, saying he graduated first in his class.
Well, they all lie. About how smart they is, what they did in the
Trump said, "Don't come to me and say nothing about smart."
What they did when they was in the army, they all lie.
Yeah, they do.
I think Trump is probably the most honest president.
You can tell Trump. He just says what exactly is on his mind. He wasn't holding back nothing at all. Biden, he kept looking into the camera, talking to the people, like, it was almost like fake. Trump was basically,
he was going off a script.
Yeah, it almost was like a script because he was looking in the camera, you people out there, this is what you got to do, and it was like,
and Trump did a great job throwing him off of that plan. That's why he got so frustrated. He was
frustrated where he was stumbling over his words, calling him a clown.
Because he couldn't stick to his script.
I've never, in the history of presidential debates, I've never heard of another, I've never heard the degree of name calling as I did in this debate. It was major name calling. I'm like, wow, this is really... He told Trump, you picked the wrong guy on the wrong night at the wrong time. I told you he gonna fight.
You picked the wrong guy. No, he picked the right guy.
I told you he gonna fight. I don't know if anybody caught that, but at one point in time, he was like, Trump had said something to him, and he was like, all Trump knows how to do is hurt him.
Yep.
I had to literally rewind that back twice because I'm like, wait a minute. Did he just... I know he didn't just say what I thought he heard. He said, and I literally rewinded twice.
Trump was hurting his feelings.
Trump be hurting that man's feelings.
That's why he snorts so much coke.
According to Trump, so does his son. I don't know. It was accusations of kids being crackheads and kids taking money from the Russians, $3 million. I don't know. It was a lot. It was a lot
true.
going on. It was
Hunter Biden been taking money from a lot of people.
Biden said Trump doesn't have any idea what he basically said this clown doesn't have an idea of what he's doing. The word clown, fool, shut up, you're not smart, I'm smart. Oh God, it was crazy. So in the second round, they talked about COVID. Biden claimed that Trump knew since February about COVID. He even brought up the whole, audio tape of Trump admitting that he knew about it. But he didn't want to say anything about it because he didn't want to cause panic. Which you have to look at it like this. The American people are the most panicking people ever. Once the news of how bad COVID was and that they were going to be shutting down stores and stuff, which, let's just be honest, no store, well, Walmart, places like that never even closed down. But you see how people panicked and brought up everything. It was old people who could not even buy food because of the panic. People were panicking, buying up all the food, buying up all the toilet. You couldn't get no toilet tissue to wipe your behind. It was bad. If you procrastinated and didn't get in them stores and got your stuff, you just wouldn't have had no. I wonder what them people used.
That's not true.
Yes, it is true. I went to several. Listen, if it wasn't for I searched, I was able to get and I still got toilet tissue in my closet right now from there. I haven't bought toilet tissue in months. But if you wasn't smart, it was people literally, the girl that I work with, she couldn't find no toilet tissue nowhere, and I was nice and gave her a pack of mine.
What she was using before?
She said all they had was one roll left. And they couldn't find none nowhere. So, I kind of see where Trump was coming from. Like, he didn't, maybe
time
he
to
did
use
know.
A sock.
He did know since February. He didn't want to, because I believe that he thought that, it would get a handle on it. That they would get a handle on it, or it would just go away. Whatever the case may be.
A lot of people was wiping with washcloths.
Ew.
Throwing them back in the shower.
Ew. What? That's disgusting. I would never. Well, yeah, so Trump said if it was left up to Biden, it would be more than 1 million people that died. It would be 2 million people that died. He said when he closed the country to China, Biden called him xenophobic, called him a racist. And that's interesting because that's true. When he closed the country, they called him a racist. They said he was a xenophobic and all this other stuff. He closed the country. Yeah, I don't know what these people are going through. So, he's always going to be called a racist against everybody. So, what you got to say? Because then I'll give you the, Oh, yeah, and Trump brought out about how Kamala Harris, they were talking about, he said that Trump doesn't even trust his own scientists. And, the moderator said how Harris even said don't trust the scientists. And then he tries to clean it up and say, I don't believe she said that. Listen, none of them can agree on nothing. It's crazy. Then they went into taxes. They talked about taxes. If you go to 27:30 of the video, that's where you can start playing.
You already gave enough commentary on it.
Well, I don't have anything else because I have timestamps, so I don't remember. It was a lot of other stuff.
Well, we don't need to go.
Well, you could go watch the debate if you want to, because, like I said, he never wants me to talk about things. So, go watch the debate. It's interesting. It was a lot. It was a lot of more other stuff that was said too. So, go watch. Well, that's all I got.
Well, that's gonna wrap up this week's show. Again, like, subscribe, get in the comments, and don't forget about the prize we got going on, $250 when we hit 100 subscribers. That's gonna wrap it up. You got anything you want to promote?
Nope.
All right, we'll see you guys Tuesday for episode 13. And one more thing. King Face. A lot of people may know him from the Queen's Flip show. Passed away yesterday. Just want to give a quick RIP. His career was up on an upswing, and he passed just as I think he was about to go to that next level. Such a tragedy. I want to give a RIP to King Face. But that's going to end the show. See you guys Tuesday.
Bye.